Hey guys, Ben here, and as you can see by the title of the video, I finally got the rest of my Pick-a-Brick order in the mail, and I'm not going to waste any time with this, so let's just get into this and see what all I got. So, as you can see, this is a much smaller bag than the last video, but still contains a good amount of pieces in here, as you can see. And I also wanted to mention that if you haven't seen the last video where I go over like the first part of like the Lego Pick-a-Brick sets I get, then I recommend going and watching that, because at the end of the video I go over my experience and stuff if you're interested in that. I'll put the little like card up in the top right. It should be like up here somewhere. I don't know. You'll see it. So starting off, I got Aaron and Lord Roz. Yes, finally Aaron's body came. And both of these are very cool looking minifigures, and I just thought I'd get them because, to be honest, I don't really like any of the new Dragons Rising sets as much as like the old Ninjago sets. But I mean, some of the minifigures are pretty cool, and I thought I might be able to use them in stop motions and stuff. But yeah, I just thought I'd order them instead of having to buy a whole Lego set that I don't know if I'd even like. But on top of that, some of the pieces I got from the last video I used to make this cool looking hammer for Lord Ross to use. So yeah. Continuing with Ninjago, you can see I got the newer Dragons Rising faces for Nia, Lloyd, and Zane. And I mentioned this in the last video, but for a while Lego's been using the same like Ninjago faces for the ninja for a really long time. They've been using the same faces from the Lego movie. And with these Dragons Rising sets, they added like these new face prints, because on one side they've got like this like sort of power-up face, and then on the other side they have a different facial expression, which I thought I might be able to use in stop motions and stuff, and it just adds a lot more character. And here's what they look like with their mask on. And I mean, it doesn't look terrible. It's pretty cool. And I also forgot to mention that I got the shield piece for like the Gong of Shattering from the new Dragon's Rising stuff, just because I thought it looked pretty cool. I don't have the actual like build for the whole Gong thing, but I just thought that the shield looked pretty cool and that I get it. And now going to some Marvel minifigures I have. I got this new like camera piece for Thor. It's not new, but it has some printing on it. It's the same camera piece from a while back. It just has this printing on the sides of it, which I thought looked really interesting, and I didn't know if I'd be able to use it. I just thought it'd add a little bit more detail rather than using the normal bland hammer that Lego always gives. And then for Bucky over here, I got a new hairpiece, which is sort of this longer hairpiece style that I thought looked pretty nice. And yeah, I mean, now I might use him in stop motions and stuff. And also a little mod I just wanted to show you guys to make him look a little bit cooler, because this one is from Civil War, but he doesn't really have any leg printing. So I took the legs from Black Widow from Infinity War, and then putting them on like that, he has a lot more detail and looks pretty cool. And for Star Wars, the only thing I got was this bowcaster piece for Chewbacca, because the one I had, this one right here, the bottom of it got bent a little bit, and so now when I try and put a stud in it, it doesn't work. The stud just kind of like gets stuck and won't actually like shoot out. As you can see, I'm pressing the little trigger thing, but I think I was trying to like take this gray piece out, and then I broke like the bottom part and like bent and stuff, and now it's all weird, so I needed a new one. But yeah. And here's a look at the rest of the pieces. Most of these I either lost or broke, but this big sand blue base plate looks like dark gray on the Lego website, but of course when I got it, it wasn't dark gray, and it's actually sand blue, as you can see, which I wasn't expecting, but I mean, it looks pretty cool, so maybe I can use it in something, I don't know, but I just thought I'd order it because I thought I could use a base plate, but I didn't know it was sand blue. But yeah, it still looks cool. So yeah, that about wraps things up for the video. But now I'm going to get into my overall thoughts after everything, not just the last Pick-a-Brick video. So if you don't want to hear that, then you can click off the video. But I'm going to transition into my final thoughts of the whole Lego Pick-a-Brick process. So going off of what I said in the last video, it was just the wait. was the main thing. It was just a very long wait because the last video I didn't even have all my pieces, and I didn't know when I was going to get those pieces. Of course, now I finally have them. They're right here. But it was just kind of frustrating getting some of the pieces and not having all of them at the same time. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but for me, I would rather just get all the pieces at once so that I don't have to wait. Like with Aaron here, in the last video I had his head. It was like his head. That's what I got, but I didn't have his body, which I ordered. So it's kind of frustrating because I couldn't, use him or anything because I didn't have the actual like minifigure itself for Aaron, which was pretty frustrating. Another thing is that if you look on the website, it'll say that Pick-a-Brick orders can take up to 28 days, which is crazy. And these are the Pick-a-Brick pieces. The ones in the last video were the bestseller category that Lego calls them, and they ship a lot faster. It took like a few days, 3 to 5 or something. But with these, like I said, it can take up to 28 days because it's being shipped from the Lego factory in Denmark. So, I mean, it makes sense, and I ordered these on like July 1st, and I think they came around the 26th maybe. So, I mean, that's a pretty long time. I mean, it's not 28 days, but it's close enough. And the main problem I have with that, with these pieces at least, is that you can't track them. So you have no idea when they arrive to your mailbox. You just kind of have to check over and over again every few days until you finally get them. But with the other pieces that I got in the last video, I was able to track them. And I just kind of wish that I was able to track these. I mean, it might be difficult for Lego. I don't know. I really don't know why they don't let you see where these are. But I mean, it's fine. I got them, so I guess I shouldn't really be complaining. But this leads me to the overall question, was all this worth it? Was ordering all of these pieces worth it? And to be honest, I don't really think so. I mean, it was a fun experience, having to wait a while for these pieces and stuff. I mean, it's nice getting them, and I'm glad that I got them, but honestly, I think just buying Lego sets and stuff is better. Like ordering the heads for these Ninja, ordering Roz and Aaron and stuff was all just because I didn't want to buy a whole Lego set because I didn't really like the Dragons Rising sets anyways. And I didn't want to get a whole Lego set just to get the minifigures, even though sometimes I do that. But I just found it easier if I just ordered them. But something I noticed is that it kind of takes the fun away from building Legos and all that, building a big Lego set or whatever and getting the minifigures and, oh, that's so cool and whatever. It just kind of took that away from me, and it feels like cheating almost, it's like instead of buying the Lego set, you're just getting the minifigures, and it just kind of feels like cheating to me. But I don't know. But I mean, things like getting this hairpiece for Bucky just to try out, I mean, I don't care. That's fine. But the only thing is that you have to have that service fee and the shipping and all that, which adds on a lot of money, and I don't know, it just doesn't really seem like that worth it for me. But if you're wanting to try out some pieces and stuff, I recommend, of course, ordering the piece you want, like maybe this hair piece or whatever, but also trying to look for some other pieces just to get rid of that service fee I talked about in the last video and stuff, just so you're getting more for what you would have to pay for. But yeah, I mean, that about wraps things up for the video. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.